I got a new guest on my show. This is Hill TV. Jace Jordan, how you doing today, brother?
Absolutely well, man. How
That's
you doing?
what's up, man. I'm doing great, man. I'm glad you was able to come out on Hill TV today.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Anything that's positive.
That's what I'm talking
I can help
about.
anybody out, man. If I can do it, let's do it.
That's great, bro. I got my first question for you is, what inspired you to do what you do?
A lot of things, really. I had a really strange childhood, I would say. Contributed a lot to it, and then I had a very strange parenthood as well. Got to relive my childhood again. And one day, man, I was just riding in the car, and I just had a breakdown. Like, I just could not stand what I was hearing coming through the radio. It was just the same regurgitated thing over and over and over again, and all of it was just so negative. And
no originality.
No originality.
I agree.
And I had never done hip-hop or anything like that in my life. I was a guitar player before that, and somehow I just started freestyling.
That's great.
Right then and there, and I walked into my job and talked to a guy who I knew was really into hip-hop and etc. And I started spitting to him, and he said, "Dude, you need to write."
That's what's up.
And that's what I do today.
You have some people that look at writing as like it's Stone Age now, and a lot of people like to freestyle off the top and go in the studio and don't even hit the pad no more. I know when I used to be a writer, well, I still write now, but when I used to do music, there was nothing like seeing that ink on the page, man, and putting them words together.
And
so do you enjoy writing?
You were absolutely correct. I don't just enjoy writing. It's the foundation.
That's right.
There's a relationship with the pen and the pad, and magic comes off of that. You can't get that off of typing it in your phone. I mean, you can put hot bars in there, man, but if you take a look at everybody who was ever anything existential in hip hop ever, or to any music really, they wrote down their lyrics. Slim Shady, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, RZA, GZA, all these people had a pen and pad or pencil. Some people like the pencil. Andre from Outkast, Big Boy. They didn't just walk in there and freestyle, and that's great if you can just walk in and freestyle, but you got to know that there's going to be other cats that are going to have more aspects to their game than you.
That's
just because that's all you got. Because I can freestyle. And most of the time I can freestyle pretty well. But I can also take this right here and turn art into it.
That's right.
You know.
And that comes with preparation. I think preparation is good. It's like preparing before you go into a war. You just don't want to go in there just with your natural ability.
That's
but it's
right.
always good to train.
You want your sword to be trained.
There you go,
pen
sharp.
is your sword.
That's right. That's right. I agree, man. What you feel about right now? It's a sensitive time in America right now. What you feel about the turmoil and the racism in this country right now? The black, white,
I'm disgusted by it, man. I'm just completely disgusted by it. It's a day and an age, man, where we really ought to be seeing people as transparent, see-through. We shouldn't be seeing color right now. Especially, you need to see the real problem. The real problem is not color, man. That's the media. That's the media creating this.
That's right.
For you. That's creating an ideology for you to just take in. That's what they want to feed you. That's not the real thing. The real thing, and the funny story about that is right after what was the recent Up Top event that happened? It was Up Top where they were rioting. Right after when that happened, I ran into a lady who's getting her tire changed, and her family was up there. What was it, Baltimore? Her family was up there, and it warmed my heart to hear her say that. And this was what most people would consider a stereotypical black woman. She had several kids in the car. Her hair was all over the place. She was driving a car with rims on it, but she came and spoke like most intelligent human beings do, regardless of color. And what she said was, it's not racism. The media is putting this on them. It's putting this on them. It's classism. And that's really the truth. That's not to say that racism doesn't exist, because it does. But it's a twist in the face of classism.
I could dig it.
It's
I could dig it.
Man.
It's the media puts a lot of propaganda out there and promotes separation, and that's what they want, you know. And I have to learn, because it's frustrating, but at the same time, our children all have to be together, go to the same school, play together, and that's how it should be. We all are one people.
And at what point do we start separating? Because when I went to school, it was 75% black. When I went to high school, it changed, it mixed up. But regardless, when did we separate? Because all this time we were together, and nobody saw anything different of each other until when do we separate? When does that happen? When does it really grab a hold of us and we start believing in these stereotypes and taking in this falsehood that is not real? When does that start? That's what we need to figure out, and that's how we can help the kids. Because if we can figure when that separation happens and stop it, then we can stop it all. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Positivity to be done.
I agree, and that's how we have to combat that negativity. You have to combat it with love and positivity and unselfishness and growth.
Selflessness. That is the
absolutely.
That is the biggest thing that anybody could take into as a piece of their character, is to be selfless. Like I said to somebody earlier today, another artist, Bass Wallace, very great guy. Don't ever lose that vulnerability. Don't ever lose that, because being vulnerable, being selfless is what puts you in connection with everything else.
That's right.
It puts you, I don't like to say really above, but puts you in a certain place where the possibilities are endless for you.
It is.
You might get hurt, but chances are what you put out, you're going to get back.
That's right. And that's what I truly believe, as far as the Most High and what you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. Karma 360, how you choose to live your life. And I'm all about giving. I enjoy giving.
Right.
I enjoy giving, and I think more of us need to be that way. Because it'll be a better world. And that comes with character.
If 10 more people believe that right there, the world would be 100 times better.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
That's right.
It's that simple.
That's right. Do you have a piece you want to perform for us today?
Yeah, actually, I just wrote it right before I came up here.
So it's fresh.
It's fresh.
Fresh off the ink.
I don't really have a name for it yet. I've only read it twice, so we're going to do it though.
You got it.
I am not white, black, or brown. Well, sometimes I am, depending on the day, the crowd, or the town. But instead I am red, yellow, green, and sometimes even gray too. But most of the time, I am only blue. So I speak out to all, regardless of color or hue. This world belongs to not only me, but also you. It often feels awful too, like when you're staring at the ceiling fan, wondering what you ought to do. Or when the law kicks in your door at 1:45. They take your liberty and start barking orders too. Mass acts of fascism, amassing blacks to the system, and the media system, creating false ideology to be consumed through the television's prism. Minds of change are often undersold or told they be insane, blamed, and eventually bind to the flame, burned and forgotten in this world's turn. Some fight for order, to remain perpetually the same. I say it is they that is who is insane. We are the people. The people are the power, and the power doesn't emanate a color, but rather a feeling. You see, we are the gears that make that fan turn that is in the ceiling. No longer can we be statistics.
You good, bro?
We must all become one under the same sun, bringing light to the dreams of Luther King, John Lennon, and Hendrix. I have a dream that you are he as I am he, as you are me, and we are all together. Even if 6 was 9, a purple haze of love and unity is what we all must find.
That's beautiful, bro. Real powerful. This is Jace Jordan. You got any websites or any social media outlets you want to put the people on?
You can find me on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Jace Jordan's Federation of Poverty. The album is It. Please support it, find me, link up with me, whatever, let's do it.
Who's bringing you that real TV?
Hill TV.
That's right. Stop playing and subscribe. Appreciate you, brother, for coming
Absolutely,
out.
Bro.
Check out Jace Jordan. He's a powerful man. Stop playing. SoundCloud. Jace Jordan. Appreciate you, brother.